What's up, guys? Um, Today is February 13th, 2026. We're just gonna go over my trading analysis. Today we had 830 CPI on that. How are we so far back? Holy shit. That's probably gonna get annoying. Um, okay, so let's go on actual notes. Can't really say much from here. Except our fucking bearish. On the 4 hour, we have all these imbalances above that we're just kind of leaving behind, and then we also have um, probably not the best of draws, but higher time frame, I would have to say more bearish, just because the gaps that we do have, we're rejecting out of. We rejected out of this hourly. We open up these two 4 hour gaps, and we also unfortunately swept London, but like we do have a lot of draws higher though, so I'm interested to see if we were to sweep. Okay, so honestly, off market open, if we come and sweep these lows right here, I'm willing to take it long, potentially to this lower resistance right here. Oh no. Um, I'm gonna need more neutral, leaning more bearish just because of how price action is, and then we would target these external 50-minute draws. I know CPI was, yeah, these are CPI candles. So those are still targets that I can use potentially. Um, yeah, so I'm just gonna lean more bearish. Ideal scenarios we come and we sweep out this high inside of this gap right here. I'm gonna mark this out right here. And then we continue bearish towards CPI on news candle. But that would be the scenario. And then for longs, I would have to consider um using this 4 hour as a support. Um, if we do want to go shorter, we still kind of have these 15-minute low resistance as well, so we can probably hold longer as well, but we'll see what happens. I didn't take a trade, but there's this trade right here that I was eyeing, but I ended up fading the trade because of this low resistance at my stop loss, and like it kind of goes against my higher time frame bias. And another thing that kind of made me feel weird about this trade is the drawn liquidity is CPI news candle, but we just kept rejecting it. Like rejected here, rejected on this run. So then what makes me think that this inversion is going to be the run that pushes it to my draw? I could have looked at this, like I was eyeing this, I'm like, damn, this is a crazy amount of wick. So I could have in hindsight taken this based off how much displacement there was. But honestly, I just like the draw was just like constantly rejecting bullishness. So I just didn't really like it as an overall draw. But that was my reason for fading that one. Okay, this is gonna be another faded trade. I was contemplating so hard to take this, and then I realized like if I'm thinking about taking a trade that much, I don't really want to take it. Reason being is we are 2 minutes away from 10 a.m. Opening, and we still do have draws higher, including this unmitigated 4 hour gap that I kind of want to see get tapped into in order to push us lower to these hourly draws. Um, and because we showed so much wick on 15-minute, I am kind of worried for like maybe a bit of a pullback before dumping straight to my draw. So I'm just gonna be patient, and wait. Um, this could have been an L fade, but two L fades. This one was clearly an L fade, but in my opinion, it kind of like my understanding of the market helped me form that decision. And then this one could be an L fade, but then again, we are 2 minutes away from news, and we still have a good amount of draws higher that we can use as possible liquidity to push us lower. Oh. Hey guys, I did end up taking a trade that did not play out. Um, I took this 5 minute inversion right here. Um, I did lose $500 from this, so I'm pretty much back at break even on this account. But that's not really the point. The point is I want to see this 4 hour get tapped, but um, when we were forming the 15-minute candle, we formed such a big wick, rejecting off these 15 minutes and on ES the hourly gap. So I just assumed that okay, because we did all that, we don't really necessarily need to go to this 4 hour. Maybe we filled enough orders in order to push lower, and that's kind of like my idea behind it. And higher time frame, we are more bearish, I would say. Um, but then again, like there is a slight conflicting bias because of this open, how we swept out this internal low and then printed a lot of bullish wicks. And then you can argue that we also were trading in like shitty ass price action, which I can actually see in hindsight. But other than that, um I know some people got break even here. But I just don't see the reason why I would go break even when we have all this low resistance at my TP, so it just doesn't really make sense to me to go break even there. Um yeah, I guess potentially we already got our objective of the day. This draw on liquidity right here, I wanted to see these hourly lows get swept. But then again, like I think because we respected this hourly so much, these draws just weren't gonna get hit today. And now that I'm actually seeing that, it's pissing me off a tiny bit. Like we're just holding this hourly gap so much. So probably would have wanted to wait for that 4 hour instead of using this low resistance or a low time frame draws for my take profit. Yeah, other than that, it kind of makes sense why I lost, I would say, but at the same time, I would at least hope that it would clear out this low resistance, but it is what it is. We're gonna come back stronger on Tuesday because Monday is a bank holiday, and we'll see how that goes.